our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth in our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Walang kasing saya ang Paskong Pinoy. Dumaan man ang problema at pandemya, kayang-kayang lampasan basta't nagdadamayan at nagmamahalan.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko dito sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y mapapakinggan.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. The program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the Global Business and Transformation Mentor Rolly Pagaspas and Global Logistics Leader Arlene Padua-Martinez as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Magandang hapon, business and SME audience. Welcome to the program that caters to the development of your business life as a partner. From the concept and opportunity that an entrepreneur encounters with, we now prepare you with someone with the same knowledge, radar, mindset on either supplementary or complementary in putting your business on the next level. Only here in Two for the Road, pivoting partnerships. And of course, ours will pave the way for your partnership journey in your business and in the industry that you are in. I now would like to call on them. Of course, for today, we are going to have with us the ASEAN beautypreneur herself, a leader in her own right, Miss Nikki Tang. Nikki?
Good afternoon, dear Arlene, and good afternoon, everyone who's joining us today. We are very excited for a very relevant topic this afternoon, this week.
Of course. Napakaganda mo ngayon, Nikki. And with us also is our co-host for today, our IT maverick himself, Nino Duque. Hi,
Good
Nino.
afternoon. Good
Hello,
afternoon,
Nino.
ladies.
Belated happy birthday.
Oo.
Thank you,
Happy
Nikki. Thank you,
birthday.
Arlene.
So how did you
It's
spend your birthday, huh?
I'm still spending my birthday week actually, so I'm still
Oh.
on vacation. But it's really nice to be amongst game changers,
Uh,
Arlene and Nikki. No, napakaganda naman ng mga kasama ko this afternoon.
oh,
Good
syempre
afternoon.
birthday mo eh.
Good
Birthday
afternoon to
mo.
all the viewers.
Oh.
Good
And
afternoon to all the viewers of
Oo,
DAV1.
before we proceed, we'd like to make a call for our anchor, Rolly Pagaspas, partner. Get well soon.
Get well
Hello,
soon.
Rolly. Get well soon.
Of course. Ngayon, ang maganda dito, kasi naiiba ang ating discussions for today, we would be talking about partnership in the IT sector that leads to digital transformation. Diba? As these days and age, makita mo naman. Diba? Ang tanong natin dyan, what is the difference between digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation? Parang for us, we really need to understand and comprehend it. Diba? Halimbawa, Nino, ikaw, nasa IT ka, diba? So,
Yes.
ano ba yung difference nung tatlo?
Okay. Actually, when you see the letters DX, plastered all over social media and the industry, it calls for digital transformation. Digitalization is actually a call towards going using certain innovations. But the transformation is actually it's a holistic thing in an organization, not only on a personal level, but we are talking about industries here. So being digitally woke, as we call it, means that one organization will be able to address or be up to the times, so to speak. Ang dami-daming nangyayari sa mundo, and what we have here, the pandemic, really accelerated the call for digital transformation. Everybody now is, would you, as we, how do you call this, encounter, everybody now wants to be digitalized. Everybody everyone is forced to use digital as a form of reaching out to your customers, reaching out to your loved ones and all, no? So it really is, etong pandemya natin, really triggered the Filipino people and basically everyone and the organizations to accelerate their digital transformation. If not at all, they won't be able to survive what the years to come or the months to come if they don't do digital transformation. Basic yan, no? Medyo mahaba-haba, Arlene and Nikki.
Oo nga.
No?
Ito maganda kasi we had a video. I think that would help us and everybody listening to us have a glimpse of what we will be talking about later on. So Nikki and I would give our input later on. So let's play this video first. Tech?
Okay.
Digital transformation, a business necessity. Embracing digital technology, a new strategic imperative. Every business is digitally remastering. Most companies now recognize that digital matters because it gives enterprises a competitive advantage. Technology will eventually penetrate and revolutionize all products. The digitalization of products is accelerating and everywhere. The opportunity offered by new digital technologies is clear, but the journey to get there is less so. business leaders are struggling to translate the digital transformation into business opportunities. What are the hurdles companies are facing to transform into a digital enterprise? Not recognizing digital transformation as an urgency. Leadership involvement in digital strategy formation is limited. Limitations of IT systems ranks number 3 as a barrier to digital transformation. Digital must become a business strategy keyword. Digital business strategy and IT strategy must blend. Envisage digital innovations across the ecosystem. Proactive investments in the digital initiatives is a must. Sustain, measure, and monitor digital transformation programs. Digital transformation is a complicated exercise, but it can be easily managed if the digital strategy is in place. Leadership needs to develop a vision, share it, and evolve it. Some easy patterns to begin the digital transformation journey effectively are to create digitally modified business models with digital DNA. Apply digital innovations to turn structural disadvantages to advantages. Develop new products and services that are primarily connected with digital synergies. Wrap digital services around physical products to create value and stickiness. Expose internal digital and information assets as platforms. Accept that we all need to be actively engaged in digital innovations. Digital transformation is not an option, but a necessity.
There you go. Nikki?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
Arlene.
yan.
Good to be
Tayong
back.
dalawa naman mag-i-input, diba?
Yeah.
Yung sinabi ni Nino kanina. So ikaw, how do you really see, how would you react to the video
Actually,
that we just
yeah,
saw?
it's a very,
Sure.
very comprehensive, very informative and impressive video. And to combine my personal experience and also with what's going on right now, actually, especially during this pandemic, unprecedented times, and life has really been so hard to predict, but we all really have to be pivotal and turn the situation into an opportunity to thrive. And I think what Nino expressed earlier, that it is, he could not emphasize more the importance of adapting culture of innovation and relevant solutions, so that all these starting companies who are in the technology, who are enablers, they are here to ensure that our businesses maintain the momentum. And I think this is very, very vital in continuing our digital transformation journey.
Correct. And as it is, as we have heard earlier, in this digital transformation, it is important that leaders have a vision that employees would embrace. That even the digital transformation and the strategy all has to blend together. Yun to make it successful in implementation. So I know we're gonna have a very exciting discussion later because may innovation na nangyari dito sa industriya nito, and we would be very delighted to hear more about them. We shall have for today's partnership feature, partnerships in the IT sector, right after this break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Are you an online business owner? Do you worry about shipping your products on time? Is it a hassle to deliver to customers abroad? Shipping options can be expensive, limited, or unreliable. That's why you need a new way to transport your goods overseas. Introducing My Cartero, a new, convenient, and reliable way to deliver your products across the globe. With My Cartero, you can distribute merchandise internationally. Ship your packages to the regional hub in 24 hours. Deliver items as small as 50 grams. Ship based on your needs. And track your packages online. You can even learn about sending to other countries via free consultations. With My Cartero, you don't need to visit a post office or courier branch. Simply book online, wait for our rider, and ship your product. Now, you can boost your conversion, satisfy your customers, and grow your business with My Cartero.
Talagang October to remember dahil hindi din pahuhuli ang ibang Viva OPM artists na sasabak sa kantahan sa Home Not Alone Songs from Home Season 2 kasama si Papa Gio, Yumi Laksamana, Isis, Solstice, Just Rap, and Sabu. Kaya iset nyo na ang mga kalendaryo nyo tuwing Merkules 7pm California Time o Huwebes 10am Pinas Time. At samahan si Papa Gio para makipagkulitan, tawanan at kantahan sa Home Not Alone Songs from Home Season 2. Dito yan sa V81 Radio, Los Angeles. May items ka na gustong ibenta? Or planning to buy something specific? Visit PinoyAds.ph, a free online classified ads na available to all. Post an ad para sa item that you want to sell. Or browse through the listing to find out what you're looking for. Connect with the community to explore, discover, buy and sell. Be the boss of every transaction sa PinoyAds.ph. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Now back to Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
We are back, and we shall bring you the main handle of this show, the partnership feature of the week. Tech?
Companies need collaborators as suppliers, dealers, distributors, value-added agencies, and solutions providers. Together, they find the answers to the many business challenges. Let us meet them here at Partnership Feature of the Week.
All right. We have a video that would run. Actually, it's a video on our guest, and we'd like to run that.
Think of the last decision you made. Was it a good decision? Why? Making informed business decisions consists of these key elements: the right knowledge, the right tools, the right approach, and the right timing. What's the right knowledge? Intelligence. Data flows all around us, and there's often more than we need. The trick is to understand its value and to focus on what is important. Then it becomes a matter of collecting and converting it into actionable information. Of course, harnessing it isn't always easy. And since data is always changing, this isn't a one-time deal either. It must be done continually. It sounds a bit intimidating, but you probably already do it every day. It just needs to be structured and scaled. This is called business intelligence and analytics. What are the right tools? Technology. It's not just computers and programs. Technology is an art of skills and ideas. It takes a truly creative human mind to see and make things that ones and zeros can't. You don't just need applications, you need technology-enabled solutions specifically engineered to meet your objectives. The most important asset of technology isn't powerful computers, it's powerful ideas. What's the right approach? optimization. Excellence is not measured by what is accomplished, but by how the accomplishment is earned. It's one thing for a process to make work effective, but it's another thing entirely to enhance it for work to become efficient. Regular lift and drop business process outsourcing only addresses half the problem. The other half is validating whether the steps in your value chain achieve maximum operational and strategic potential. This is enterprise process optimization. You inspire us to plan, to do, to check, and to act. Here at Redcore Solutions, we power informed business decisions. What's the right timing? It's now.
To be with us in this segment, of course, we will be having our IT maverick, none other than the birthday boy himself, Nino Duque. Nino?
Hi, Arlene. Yeah, good afternoon, guys. IT Maverick.
Oh,
Wow. I feel like
IT maverick.
I feel like I'm Mark Zuckerberg or Mr. Bezos of,
Oh,
yeah. Thank you.
but
Thank you for
it's
that
a
intro.
yes, it's a blessing, you know. Now we're going to be discussing and meeting with our first guest for today, and I want you to take the lead. So, Nino, take it away.
Sure, yeah. I'd like to introduce to you the Vice President of Operations for Redcore Technology. I've met these guys during my stint or because of my consulting for Malaysia. Without further ado, here's Mr. Francis Pangke, Francisco, again, the Vice President of Operations of Redcore Solutions. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon, Arlene, and of course, the Maverick, Nino. Good
Birthday
afternoon
boy
to you
na
and
rin.
happy birthday.
Thank you,
Happy
Pangke.
birthday, happy birthday. Hi.
Alright.
Good afternoon to you, and thank you very much for this opportunity. It's a gloomy day today, and I'm
Yeah.
happy to be here.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
never
so
gloomy when you're around, yata. You will brighten everybody's day.
Thank you very
right,
much, Arlene.
right, right. So yeah, Red Core Solutions. We are really excited to discuss about Red Core and your, of course, innovations and your partnerships this afternoon. Would you tell us something about Red Core? How you guys started?
Yeah, actually, Redcore Solution is an information technology company. We use technology to empower other organizations to achieve their goals. One way we do so is by developing softwares that perform functions that are necessary for an organization to continued operation. You know, we started our very first project was 15 years ago, and we were lucky enough to have a multinational corporation in the energy sector as our first client, and they asked us to prototype an application that would be used to rank thousands of retailer outlets and retailer outlets across 80 countries according to the complex sets of key performance indicators. So that's the KPIs. It was basically like asking you to compare apples to oranges, you know, around the world and rank them from best to worst. Then yeah, after that, we built the prototype. They asked us much larger company to scale it up because back then, since we're starting, we didn't have that resource to do that technology. But now we can do it. You know, in fact, they actually dropped the larger company, and we've just finished much better version of the application for them. We started last quarter, I think. So it feels like things are come full cycle.
Galing.
And
Galing.
we've been doing other projects also, no, for them over the years, and not only developing softwares but also providing IT consultations, analytics, and support service. And We also do a lot of things for different sectors. We develop websites, digitize business process, automate reports, design dashboard, and do system integrations.
Wow. I mean, Arlene, as you can see, they've been in the business for 15 years, started with that MNC, multinational company, and they're still sticking with Red Core Solutions. That speaks
That speaks a
volumes.
lot. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. 15 years of being in partnership with you guys. So meaning your customer service is exemplary, by maintaining a company for 15 years. That's, I guess, in my industry, which is IT, that's kind of unheard of. 15 years, no? Ang mga gumagawa lang yan, parang mga smart, telco, PLDT, ganyan na, no? So I can see that Red Core is, somewhere down those, up those lines, no? Galing, Pangke. Uh, can you say that that break or that project was a pivoting moment for Redcore?
Yeah, I believe so because that's one of our also milestone. Well, especially in IT, is considerably the fastest evolving industry in the world. Evolution has to occur every day, and major changes need to happen gradually. No? Otherwise, you
Right.
could end up shocking the entire system.
Right.
When we started out, there wasn't really a structured process. Since the company is too young, 2006, I believe we're just 25, 26 years old back then. We just take notes during meetings and just started coding. For some projects, that can be enough, but we all learn from our clients also. So it's more of partnership. They would sometimes ask us to follow certain policies, or comply with some governance. So we adapted, no, and from there we started shaping our own. It's
Correct.
also, yeah, it's also important to stay informed by reading about what other companies are doing, and not just in IT but any industry. In software development, you know this, Nino. There are different approaches and or methodologies that come from our other industries. The
Yes.
traditional waterfall model was inspired by labor theories from the Industrial Revolution. V model
Mm.
came during the height of quality assurance. Then now the Agile Manifesto
Agile.
came as a result of more people conscious management paradigm. So that the trick really is not to end up with a ship too large to steer. You have to be ready to change things as you go. There is,
So
I think, yeah. Lastly, I think there's no one mold that applies to all situations, and that's something we've gotten pretty good at managing, because even the projects we have now can be very different from each other, and can each warrant their own separate process and techniques.
right. I guess you've already mentioned or share how you guys evolved, no? Really taking note on what the industry is, or the movements in the industry. Everybody needs to be tuned in.
Yes.
Hindi po pwedeng one approach lang. You're correct. It's in
Kailangan in
how.
sync eh.
Yes. And I guess, as you've shared, can you share more on the milestones that you had during your last 10 years? Uh, Maybe something that's close to your heart. Ano ba yung mga inyong, you've shared the challenges, you've shared your approach already, no? So in the last 10 years, what milestones have Red Core Solutions had?
What I discussed earlier, uh, it's more of the milestone of structuring the company, really. Yeah, since we started as a young company, and dati nangangapa pa kami. So at early age of 25 years old, we started a company. I believe we're just 5 in the team, with 3 interns. So it's really hard for us, but the pivoting point is to learn with our clients also. So that's the I think the pivoting point, and just to to join some trainings and collaborate with our partners.
Yeah, I guess every client brings in a different requirement, no?
Oh.
Where I'm not saying that tayo in the IT industry we're like chop suey, you know. I know that there are so many opportunities at hand. No,
Mm-mm.
there's so many opportunities at hand, but I guess uh, like Redcore, I myself, namimili din ako ng mga opportunities, you know, where our core competencies fall
Yes, of
in, no?
course.
Of course, I know that based from your profile, you started with, as you mentioned, automation or automating reports, and then yun na nga, whatever requirements your clients would ask, no, yeah,
Mhm.
for you to do, and now you're in BI and data analytics. I think nowadays data, I can say, is like gold, no?
Yeah,
Data
actually, it's a new
engineering.
fuel. No? Oh,
Yes, yes,
it's
yes,
very
yes.
important.
Oo. So, uh, we hear that coping, you guys coping is really to kumbaga trying to listen or trying to adapt to your clients' needs, no? Uh, any other challenges that you've experienced, and how you hurdle them?
Yeah, actually, Nino, you can relate to this one. One of the hardest part of our business is, explaining to clients what their problem are. See, sometimes clients come to us asking for something specific. Now, the usual response we say is, sure, well, we'll do it, and whatever you want. Here's the price, here's the quotation, but we don't think we do things a little differently, because we don't just make software. We make solutions, and software is just happen to be one of the most useful tools. So new clients are surprised when we ask them questions like, well, what problem were you hoping to solve? Then you're surprised, because we take an interest in what and why they want software, and sometimes we even end up advising them against it.
Yes,
Uh, Sometimes,
yes.
software isn't the answer. Sometimes the real problem lies elsewhere, di ba? In
Correct.
policies maybe, or management, and we're not afraid to tell them that, kasi even if it against our interests, we're not red core software, red core solutions.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Then I think
Yeah,
this mentality needs to be shared by everyone in the
yeah.
organization, no, sa amin.
Correct. Correct.
Not just like not just our frontliners, but our programmers as well. Kasi we train our programmers to think like stakeholders also, to never lose sight of why they're coding or testing or whatever their roles are.
Mhm, mhm. I'm there with you when you say it's not just solutions that you guys are offering. I guess part of the solution, or part of your company solution, is also give consulting to your
Yes.
clients. I totally understand this, because yes, clients come to us and they ask for something specific. But when you really try to himay
Scrutinize.
what they need,
Scrutinize.
or scrutinize, you will just tell them, you know what, I think this is internal. The process is this. You actually don't need this kind of solution. You already have a solution that you can use. And ito lang yung implementation,
Correct.
no? So yeah, I'm there with you. I do understand um, how
Sometimes you know,
right now.
alam mo sometimes Nino, they really don't know what they want. That's why you really need to do the consulting to them. Kasi
Correct.
although some of them are not, techie in the sense na sometimes they are business thinking. So you need to make them understand what they really want.
Right, right. And nowadays, I mean, siguro as we speak, no, there are new solutions that are coming out. You know,
Yeah,
uh,
definitely.
it's just like the new iPhone is out. I bought an iPhone, and then there's the iPhone 12 already. So how does Red Core Solutions cope up with the fast paced, the changing of technologies?
And in Red Curry, we want to make everything simple. No? So the answer to that on my end is pretty simple. We may change a part of our culture. In IT, there's a term that we call disruptive technology, and we use it to describe innovations that are good and they can obliterate entire industries and create new ones. Facebook did that, Amazon did that, Uber, Spotify, Airbnb, to name some. At any time, that can happen to any industries, not only IT. And you can't survive that if you are not willing to just scrap everything you have and start over. So I
Correct,
think that's my
correct.
answer to that. Yeah. You have to be
During
ready.
Correct, correct. And actually, Pangke, this pandemic that we have, no, actually highlighted this. And as I've been
Yes.
sharing and mentioning this, I have a favorite term. It's actually pivot. That's why this segment, this talk show of ours, radio show, is all about partnership, synergies, and of course pivoting. As ako, I may share. I have what I call we are going to be somewhat a third party logistics already. But I just pivoted my company towards deliveries.
Mhm.
Initially,
Yeah.
so maybe you heard it's Para Hero. Ay, pa-plug ko na rin, guys, ha? But, yeah, 2 years ago, we were just at that focus of doing tricycle hailing, no? But when we were hit with the pandemic, of course, there's the social entrepreneurship or enterprise aspect to this, no? We helped the tricycle drivers. Automatic, we pivoted. We looked
Mhm.
at the industry of deliveries and logistics, and things were really, if not, no, this will be a sunrise industry altogether as we speak.
Mhm. Yeah.
Logistics and deliveries are now at a certain boom. So yeah, speaking of pandemic, how has it affected Redcore? Um, how has your business norm changed over the last 7 months?
Yeah. To be honest, the pandemic has made such a huge impact in the world that any organization can say they haven't been affected. Talagang malaking impact talaga nito. But the IT industry is probably one of the most equipped industry to handle global disruption like this one. No? We're paperless. We already operate on the cloud, and our business processes are automated, and our employees are very familiar with the work from home setup or with the policies. So of course, because of quarantine measures, more companies are also now interested in digital solutions to survive. So I think that affects us, and we can still say that we have a continuous operations for this one.
Galing, galing. Arlene is also here. She is
Hi, Arlene.
actually, yeah, she is my big sister in terms of logistics. No, my cartero is the big sister of Parahiro. So yes, Arlene. I mean, we're talking about work from home, how the pandemic
Yes.
affected our companies, and yes, it's all about IT. Right, when things started with work from home, everybody was skeptic if
Yeah.
this would be able, if magagawa talaga natin i-operate ang mga negosyo natin na work from home yung ating
Mm-hmm.
mga employees, no? But right now it's safe to say that we have overcome that hurdle, and through technology we would be able to manage our workforce properly, no? And I guess Red Core Solutions is paving the way towards providing certain innovations and technologies so that
Mm-hmm.
these changes and things that
Correct.
we need to adapt
Yes.
are will be easily adaptable. So Red Core Solutions, hats off to you guys for paving the way and leading the IT industry in innovation.
Oo.
No?
I have a
Thank you very
question. I have a question for Pangke. No, during these pandemic times, a lot of us have been sitting at home, and for guys like you who are really oozing with ideas, with innovation, is there anything born during the pandemic that you have conceptualized and will be kicking off soon?
I have a very good friend and also our partner and client. Uh, when the country adopted the various quarantine measures to mitigate the growing infection rates, we sat down and discussed with our very good friend Dean Rico Quicho. We
Mhm.
shared with he shared with me an idea for his class and students kasi he's now teaching in San Beda, Alabang, and he told us about how he primarily circulated his papers in the Pusto for use in this class.
Mhm.
Students would need something more digital in order to facilitate distance learning that we have right now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we partnered up, and in just a few months we converted and created an ebook app. We call it Qt, and we also needed to make sure to protect the books from unauthorized duplication.
Mhm.
So we created this ebook reader app for Android, iOS, and Windows. That would also give this app more control over how to manage the book license. We're planning to roll this out by November for the first phase, and
Wow.
eventually by next year we have an interactive app that we can share to the law students. Not only the law students, in the future we can share this to mga students who will take the bar exam. So giving back to the community.
There is nothing really that would limit a person, as you can see. No pandemic can stop you guys. Anyway, as you can see, ang ganda dito, there is no job too small or too big for a person who has passion and vision and purpose in their heart. And then you can see that empowering other organizations to achieve their goals would really mean not only collaborating with them, but learning with them and adjusting all the processes together. Wow, napakaganda ng message and lessons natin that we have picked up from Pangke. And I know that we will learn more with your partner in the next segment. So we'll see you guys
We'll be
again.
back shortly.
Thank
This
you.
is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Ang programang magbibigay ng estadong lakas sa mga kababaihan. Ang programang kakampi mo, makikinig, magbibigay tulong at gabay sa inyong mga suliranin as migrant Filipinas. Empowered Women Global. Kasama si Kate Constantino. Tuwing linggo, 6 p.m. Philippine Time. Empowered Women Global. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Big Benta, a Pinoy e-commerce site made for you. Enjoy hassle-free shopping, with multiple payment options available. May local support din ready to assist, so you can enjoy peace of mind when you shop. Visit our website to check different product offerings. Get anything you want and avail everything you need in just one click. Big Benda, Pinoy e-commerce, made for you. After this pandemic, let's support the Filipino community. Buy local, visit local, go local. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook. Simple lang. I-type lang ang letter V81 Radio. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. Now back to Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
And we're back. We had a very engaging discussion earlier. And hindi po mawawala pa ang ating guest, no, si Pangke. He will be with us in the next segment. But for now, we are back and we shall now hear the other side of this partnership, which he was already starting to tell us more. And I'd like to call back on the video stream our co-host, Nikki Tang, our beautypreneur.
Hello again, Arlene.
Hello,
It was a
Nikki.
that was a very interesting discussion.
Of course. And now I will give you the floor for the interview with the other side of the partnership. Take it away, Nikki.
Thank you, Arlene. Well, I'm happy and honored to introduce our next guest this afternoon, Attorney Rico Paulo R. Quicho. He earned his Juris Doctor degree from the Ateneo de Manila University School of Law in 2003 and was admitted to the Philippine Bar the following year. He obtained his Master of Laws degree at the University of California, Berkeley, with a certificate of specialization in law and technology in 2015 as a scholar of the Asian Foundation. In 2012, during the historical impeachment trial of former Chief Justice Renato Corona of the Philippine Supreme Court, Rico represented the Chief Justice as one of his spokespersons. Furthermore, aside from his law firm work, Rico was the former dean of the University of Makati School of Law, or called UMACSOL, a local university established under the Charter of Makati City. Rico played an instrumental role in the establishment of UMACSOL and its accreditation by the Legal Education Board. Recently, and in line with the Philippine political developments, Rico has been sought after as expert resource person in topics regarding federalism, territorial disputes, role of technology in harnessing the proper delivery of public service by local government units, and data privacy. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's all give a warm welcome to our guest this afternoon, Attorney Rico.
Hi, thank you very much, Nikki.
Hello, Dean. It's an honor to have you with us this afternoon. I know you have a very busy schedule. At ang dami mong fans, Dean.
Thank you for your very generous words. I'm not sure if I would live up to that introduction. But again, thank you very much for having me in your program. And good afternoon to all the viewers and listeners. Thank you again.
Yeah, sure. Shall I call you Dean or Attorney Rico?
Oh, you can just call me Rico.
Okay, thank you. So anyway, yeah. So I'm so excited to get to hear you talk more about our topic this afternoon, and I want to get down to the main. Okay, but prior to that, of course, we want to understand a little bit about your inspiration and background. So, Rico, may we ask you, how did you actually start your love for technology to begin with? Because you're a lawyer.
Yeah, when I started with my legal career, I've really been stuck to the traditional way of practice of law. I've always been enamored with litigation, and I've been part of this kind of practice ever since. But for the past few years, when I was admitted to take my Master's of Law at the University of California, Berkeley, it opened a different horizon on me. I really saw how technology could be harnessed in order to uplift not only the lives of Filipinos, but just to make sure that things are going well, no? Because usually technology would really help would give a lot of help to ensure that processes, procedures, the manner and method and how life works is orderly, no? So after that, I've been working on data privacy, on cybersecurity, now on the nuances of law and technology, handling of data, processing of data, and the differences of the monopolies in the tech industry, antitrust issues in the tech industry. So it's evolving. It's evolving. And I could say that I have been able to make a very good blend of the traditional practice of law and of law and technology, which, something that I'm really very passionate about.
Yeah, that's super interesting, and actually, it's a very unique combination that while you are in the legal practice, but you really advocate, and I think you are a technology advocate, so to speak. So, with that, what could be or what have been your first digital application that you embrace, and what was the journey? And if possible, how can you share? I mean, can you share to us how actually it has helped you to reach where you are right now?
Well, aside from Spotify and Netflix, let me think. Because when you talk of technology, the first thing that comes up in your mind would really be social media. It would be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now I am dabbling into Spotify, Netflix, especially during the pandemic. But they always say that curiosity is the mother of all inventions. I agree. But I dare say that necessity is the bedrock of innovation. So because of the community quarantine that happened during the pandemic, and since we are in a very difficult situation right now, families are struggling, students are having it very difficult on how to cope with online classes. Workers are being laid off, and so on and so forth. So it's a very problematic situation out there. So I just zeroed in on what I usually do. So aside from my legal work, I teach, and aside from the work from home setup, I also indulge myself in these online classes. So we just have to digitize, because since there is really no physical interaction now, because you have to keep the social distancing and health protocols. So because of that, now in my law firm, in my law office, we tend to digitize all our pleadings, all our documents, because lawyers are heavy on documents, on pieces of evidence, so the documentary evidence that we need. So we try to digitize everything, and aside from that, we try to optimize the processes so that we could work from home and ensure that the quality of legal service that we provide to our clients are still top notch. And on the other side of the coin, in my online classes, I really felt the difficulties of my students to cope. Especially, they do not have access to all the legal information needed. Libraries are closed. Not everyone have their own laptops. Not everyone have a stable internet connection. So, because of these problems, these challenges, we also I came up with an idea of trying to digitize, trying to have an app-based educational book or system wherein my students would have an easy access, both cloud-based or internet-based or app-based application where they would have the information in the tip of their finger, so to speak. So, because of all these challenges the pandemic has brought upon us, we tend to move towards a direction of embracing and harnessing technology, not only for employment, not only for the legal work that we're doing, but more importantly to the educational system, in educational processes in particular.
Yeah, that's very, very amazing indeed to hear. So, Rico, the game-changing trend of digital transformation is a case why some, companies, entrepreneurs, and organizations go from being an industry leader to an organization struggling to stay alive. So, like in your profession, where do you actually can see digitization or digitalization or transformation is needed the most?
I think we always say that the closest distance between 2 points is a straight line. But with technology here, that straight line can be of different forms. So I always say that we have to not only digitize, not only embrace that technology now, but we also need to make that technology known and accessible to others. That's why when I talk to Redcore, particularly with the Sultan of Tech, Pangke Francisco, I call him the Sultan of Tech. Kanina kasi si Nico, the Maverick. Now I consider Pangke Francisco as the Sultan of Tech. So you heard that first from me, the Sultan of Tech. So I told him, Pangke, maybe we could make this more adaptable, more accessible, more easy for the students to use. So we have to cater the needs. So it's like reverse engineering. We really need to know the needs before we could come up with a solution. And that's where I appreciate Redcore, through, of course, the Sultan of Tech, Pangke Francisco, because they adapted to the needs of the consumer. They adapted to the needs of the client. And then the collaboration, the flash of geniuses once in a while, just came out naturally. So hopefully, it's a work in progress because technology should be that way. There's not an end all and be all in technology. It flows in a stream. So hopefully we hit the mark. We achieve the purpose for which this app or this process has been envisioned, and hopefully it would help. And like what Pangke mentioned earlier, it's really giving back to the community, to the students, and hopefully it would shape an informed idea that would help them not only in their classes but eventually in legal practice.
Well, thanks to Sultan Pangke, so you say, right? So Redcore Solutions can help you realize your vision. And I think we cannot underestimate the importance. And that's a very great way to look at it. So again, Rico, business leaders see digital transformation as a way of sparking innovation and finding efficiency. So we heard about your plans to implement a digitalization of a bar review. Can you tell us a little more about it and how will it impact the current review challenges in these times?
Yeah, it's still on the we tend to be very modest with our goals, with our objectives. Right now, this application we call it QUED, QUED. It's QUED because it's quality, accessible education. So we call it QUED. And perhaps it's also because my name is Quicho. So the Sultan of Tech thought of a very intriguing name of the app. So we call the app QUED. we're very modest with our objectives. We just want it to be a a a a, a method, a mode, a process for my students, present, future, and former students, so that they would have easy access to all the information so far as the subjects that I am teaching are concerned. And eventually, we would be expanding the scope of the purpose, and eventually, we really want to disrupt the way review classes are being conducted. We have to we have to be attuned to the felt necessities of the time. Everyone's having a very difficult time. Families are struggling, students are struggling, cost of goods are going high, but productivity rate is getting lower. So hopefully it would disrupt the way review would be conducted, and it would be made easier, accessible, and cheaper to everyone.
Yeah. Um, Actually, that's very, very insightful. And I'm just wondering also, since internet transformation is also a way of increasing profits, and efficiency. So organizations, companies should offer digital services to become relevant. And there is actually a survey or study that says if your company does not transform, digitally speaking, in less than 4 years, you may go out of business. So with this, how does technology help you to engage differently with your clients in your practice?
Well, in the legal profession, we're not really too much on the bottom line, because, as we always say, as lawyers would always say, the legal profession is not a business, it is a vocation imbued with so much public interest. But, I think technology would help us not in terms of profit, but in terms of engagement with our clients, because we would be more accessible, we will be more adaptive to the changes of the time. And even the Supreme Court has seen that technology would really be a big part of how the legal profession would be done in the next how many years, because now the Supreme Court is opening up its doors, breaking traditions, trying to create with trends by allowing the filing and the service of pleadings through electronic mail. Now we could file our pleadings by converting it to PDF and sending it in the well. Of course, the purpose really was to save on paper, but now I guess, aside from saving from paper, it would also be very important, because it makes everything fast. It makes it more rapid, and it frowns upon delay. So I think on that aspect, technology would help not only the law firms, but the legal profession in general.
And what roadmap do you have for future use of technology in your practice then? If do you envision any next dimension, any next level?
Well, Nikki, to be very honest with you, I really don't have a roadmap.
Live for the
Because
moment.
you know why? Because technology comes and go. You cannot really predict technology. It's just like love. It just happens.
Yeah, it's true. You're
So
right.
you,
Yeah.
you cannot really predict what would happen. And I was listening to Nico and Pangke earlier, and I was really intrigued, because I agree that, you know, technology helps businesses a lot, because it transitions you to a better proposition. It could lessen costs and make you productive. But eventually, a few years from now, AI will be a very big thing already. So if there's already artificial intelligence, if there would be predictive analytics, what would happen now to those blue or white collar jobs? So it's again, in the wave of the future, is how to balance technology with human resource. So these are all things that's why I told you, Nikki, it's difficult to have a roadmap because it just stings you and then it hurts, but then you recover. I think that's the beauty of technology.
Yeah, with all the uncertainty now. But what do you think is the right formula, if there is and there are, for a successful partnership? And I'm sure you're not just a trendsetter, but someone who actually disrupts or shakes the platform. So especially in the IT sector.
Well, the best way to do it is call the Sultan of Tech, Pangke Francisco. So Rector has been very good to us because they listen and they make things done. They get things done. And I think for me, that's an important partner. It's just like looking for a husband or a wife. It's trust and confidence. And I found that with the Sultan of Tech and Red.
That's good. Diba, Arlene?
So
You found the perfect partnership.
Yeah, it's so engaging, no, Rico? It's so nice to listen to you. You're so passionate about what you do, both in the law practice and in teaching. And what is nice about it is that it is tied together with technology, and you can see that technology can really drive your passion further. Diba? That is
Yes.
nice.
You know, Arlene, I could help my cartero if you need any legal advice. You know where to find me. And of course, the beautypreneur.
Thank you.
We will take note of that, Rico. And this is a very engaging discussion, and I know that a lot of people have learned a lot from Rico. Indeed, necessity is the bedrock of innovation, as you have said. And normally, the people who are immersed and deeply involved are the ones who sees that. And those that have access to the tools, the right tools, can create and disrupt the norm by harnessing technology. And that is what we have seen in this particular segment. So we'd like to thank you, Rico. And we have another segment coming up, and we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, right after these messages.
Thank you, Rico.
We'll be back shortly. This is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Pag Sabado, usapang puso tayo. Saturday Night Love. Handang makinig at dumamay si DJ Robbie sa mga kwento ng mga pusong wagi o sawi. Saturday Night Love. Tuwing Sabado, 9 p.m. Philippine Time. Usapang puso tayo. Pag Sabado. Saturday Night Love. Saturday Night Love. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Pagpatak ng 7, dapat lahat nakatutok sa amin. Catch these programs at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Talk Shop Asia Global, USA Edition, with Rolly Pagaspas and Rosario Cahucam Bradbury. Home Not Alone, Sounds from Home, with Papa Gio. And Freedom in Christ, with Felsen. It's all about entrepreneurship, entertainment, and enlightenment. Back-to-back programs at 7. LA at 7. LA at 7. Exclusively on V81 Radio, Los Angeles. Pangkalusugan at pangkalikasan, samahan si Attorney Jai at DJ Gore sa pagpapaunlad ng kalusugan sa katawan, isipan at espiritual. Go Palakas! Go Palakas! Pangkalusugan at pangkalikasan tuwing Sabado, 10 a.m. Philippine Time. Dito lang yan sa V81 Radio Worldwide. Now back to For the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
And we're back. Oy, kayong dalawa, congratulations. You did very well in your respective segments. Congratulations.
Thank you also, Arlene and Nino. It's been fun.
True. So let's call back now the partners. We're bringing them back to present the partnership tandem together. So this is our love team for today. Si Sultan Pangke and si Love Rico. Ayan, may mga pangalan na rin tayo sa kanila.
Lover boy.
Lover boy
Lawyer.
Rico.
Lawyer by day, lover boy by night.
Oo, diba? Dito nabubuo yung mga bagong titles. Bagong titles.
The Sultan of Tech.
Ayan.
Na-inspire ako dun sa Maverick Nino eh. So, this kind of consciousness, naisip ko, bakit hindi Sultan of Tech, di ba? Meron tayong entrepreneur, tayo na lang Arlene nang wala.
Oo. So, kanina, nabanggit ni Rico, Pangke, that, it takes getting things done for him to really get that for him to have that trust and confidence. And nakita niya daw yun lahat sa iyo. O, diba? And I think Nikki has a follow-through question with that.
Yeah. Well, you can answer Rico or Pangke, okay? So actually a question to both of you, why not? So what actually, since you're so the vibes, we can feel it, and we are wondering what makes your partnership truly click?
Siguro I could answer first. Actually, kasi nawawalang kapatid ko si Pangke. So, no. I think Nino and Pangke discussed this earlier. It's really the synergy between the provider and the client. There must really be a synergy. And you should not be pretentious. You need to know what you want. Kasi, you will not always get what you want, but at least you know what you want. And then from there, you have to work. You have to work together. So, yun sa akin. Ewan ko sa'yo, Pangke, ano ba nakita mo?
That's very true. Thank you. Thank you, Rico.
Alam mo, as mentioned by Dean Rico, we've been knowing each other since I was, I think, grade 1. Parang kuya ko talaga yan. Kaya ako talaga yung nawawala niyang kapatid. So, but yung brother niya is my classmate din. So, nabuo talaga yung relationship not only through business or anything, but it's more of a relationship na trust and confidence. Sometimes he also advises me dun sa mga other matters. So, love life. So yung na-build up yung trust and confidence during inumans. Talagang then came yung mga ideas and we worked through it. And tiwala lang talaga. And si Rico is madali naman kausap yan. Pag sinabi mong ganito, maintindihan niya naman.
And siguro last point lang. But aside from that, they are equipped with the talents and the competence, because these are bright boys from Lasal. Ed and Pangke, when they started, they were really bright boys. So, kumaga heavily recruited sila. After college, they were heavily recruited. A lot of companies are getting them for work, but they decided to be entrepreneurs, and they started the business and they grew it. And I always tell them, yeah, you grew the business, but it's time to, laging sinasabi ni Nino kanina, it's you pivot and you diversify, because technology is expansive, so there are so many things that you could still do. It's really, I think that's the greatest challenge, not to set on your laurels. You have to always have that fire burning in the belly. So,
wow. Napakagandang talakayan dito sa dalawang to. Napakakinggan natin. Parang feel ko yung love.
May bayad na, ha?
Ang tanong ko, hindi ito. Kasi like in anything that you start, there's always challenges. And I know what you have created together is an innovation, not only for students, but in the industry as well. So I wanted to find out, what were the challenges that you faced in coming up with, giving birth to this concept of yung sa review, and how did you face it together?
My love Very para kasi pang ano eh, pang
Miss Universe ang question yan eh.
Pangke, ikaw na muna sumagot. Mahirap yun eh.
Well, siguro yung challenge is more of yung time, no? Kasi we started this partnership during the pandemic. Alam din ninyo to, it's very hard for you to collaborate when you're online. Although we have tools right now to online meetings, but definitely merong delay yan eh. Iba pa rin yung discussion yun ng face-to-face meeting. Yung time siguro ang pinaka-challenging for us, and also yung delivery niya. Kasi it's also hard for us to give instructions through online. But definitely you will adapt eventually. Yun nga, sa IT kasi you need to really adapt kahit anong mangyari. Hindi pwedeng stick ka lang dun sa nakasanayan mo. Talagang kailangan mong mag-improve, kasi ang technology mabilis yan eh. So surprisingly, itong pandemic is a challenging not only for our partnership with Rico, but for the whole organizations.
Yeah, sa akin quickly lang, I think it's really, the appetite of wanting to do more. I think that's really the challenge ngayon. Kasi you tend to keep on thinking, or you think that is a good idea already, and then after, mas maganda pang idea. So it's really the appetite of what do you want, no? And Redcore is very good on trying to manage the expectations. And I'm sure Nino would agree with me kasi alam niya, nandun sila sa other side, It's really the appetite of the client. Ang dami mong gustong gawin. At so little time, so little resources. So kung ganun ang problema nyo, tanong nyo yung Redcore, yung Sultan of Tech.
Siguro to add, it should be a balance kasi talaga. Everything should be in balance. If you try to do something na you try to perfect everything, wala kang magagawa eh. Diba? Alam ninyo yan, if you try to develop something that's too perfect, baka hindi nyo na matapos yan. So you have to, you really have to balance to pace everything.
It's really hard. It's really hard if of course everyone wants to meet that fine line of perfection, no? But as what we call analysis paralysis will kill you.
Correct.
No,
correct. That's correct.
Things will never be launched if we keep on checking or needing or trying to look for those angles that aren't there yet. So yes, it's really exciting what you guys have. Dean Rico and the Sultan of Tech will be launching this November. No, it's very very exciting. That's why again, segue ko ulit. So I also am the guy for Malaysia here. That's why on the next activity or event with MDEC, si Redcore Solutions ang highlight ko. So that's how things will flow from here on. No, but like we've listened and shared, and we have so many viewers right now. We're very very excited with what you guys have in store for the students of Dean Rico. So what can the target users expect from this solution that you'll be rolling out? Mas dadali ba buhay nila, Dean? Mas tataas yung grades nila?
I hope they don't expect too much. Because at the end of the day, it's just materials for them. They still have to do the heavy lifting.
Of course.
Nino, Arlene, and Nikki, I always say this. Information is the currency of the 21st century. But at the end of the day, you still need to ponder. You still need to evaluate, process those information. Correct. So at the end of the day, it's still with the person, it's still with the student, it's still with the client, but we still have to provide that. I think that's the beauty of having this kind of programs, kasi wala namang ganito dati tungkol sa sa pag-ibig lang yung ngayon, technology. I mean, so at least we're progressing. If it's, this is really a big score for technology in the Philippines to have a radio or a podcast, a TV program like this. It's a big score for
Yeah.
the tech industry. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, 'di ba? Busog na busog ang puso ko, isipan ko, lahat na busog dito sa discussion na to. No?
May part 2. Pero
Why not? Why not? 'Di ba? Especially so that you have so many things to share, not only to us but also to our listeners. Now alam natin that si Dean may klase pa yan. So, ide-diretso na natin to. So,
10 minutes, yeah.
Oo, 10 minutes. We'd like to have our guests also to share with us their key takeaways to the general online public. So, Dean, mauna ka na rito.
Una na yung kuya ko.
ako siguro, I really just want to thank you guys, Arlene, Nikki, and Nino, for having us in your program. And it's very liberating to know that there are programs like this, because it's not ordinarily we don't talk about technology. We talk about sports, we talk about politics, but not technology. But we all know that technology is really part of our daily lives. It can enslave us, it can liberate. So it's at the end of the day, it's really the people, the person involved that would determine that. So thank you again, and I hope you find the same love that I got from Red Core. If you have needs, talk to them. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Rico. And Pangke?
Pwede ko bang i-second ko na lang yung sinabi niya?
No copying.
Anyway, well, thank you very much for having us. No, actually, this is my first time to be interviewed dito sa ganitong concept. We usually talk about this stuff during inuman. So, alam mo naman, pag IT, ninyo talagang mahilig talaga uminom yan. Kasi, ang sabi nila, ang IT, sobrang stressful eh. So, you have to really unwind. You have to, work-life balance. So, but anyway, I hope yung technology kasi is more of talagang it's a very, really big help for us na not actually lahat ng industry. No? And I think this pandemic will, they said na parang yung technology is more of parang maapektuhan yung IT industries. But definitely, I think this is a chance for all companies, technology companies to really help the industry. Kasi nga, I think sila rin ang isa sa, parang sabi ni ninyo, pivotal industry to help the nation or the world. Nandiyan yung sa pandemic, they helping us through contact tracing, they helping us to this type of application, disruptive technologies. No? So, we're just very happy na yung industry namin ni Nino is helping the country or the world.
Wow. Thank you, Pangke. And Nino?
Yeah, I will third on that. Kung siya nag-second, third. No? Definitely technology is here to support or to see that all of us will be able to survive and thrive in this new normal that we find ourselves in. As mentioned, kaming mga IT guys, we keep on finding those solutions. No, kanina I was thinking, how do we find a way to see to it that everybody is safe when traveling? Meron bang isang certain technology that can safeguard someone so that we can go back to our daily lives? It's hard to continue operating via work from home. But if this is the case, then we need solutions. We will find solutions. We will rack our brains crazy so that, come next year, we might find the the answer to a better, to better managing one's company, to better living your life, and not being scared and being limited by the pandemic. No, so I will follow the lead of the Sultan of Tech. I will follow the legal advice of our Dean Rico, and of course, to all our viewers, please subaybayan nyo ang V81 Radio, Two for the Road, as we will, share with you more and more solutions in this new normal, IT solutions, innovations in technology.
Thank you, Nino. And from Nikki.
Well, Arlene, from this afternoon, I can see that we are forming a tribe. Meron tayong Sultan Maverick, diba? And anyway, it has really been a very evolutionary discussion, and I really enjoyed it. And, guys, the reimagining of business in the digital age is really digital transformation. And this digitalization wave is actually transforming businesses mainly through the introduction of AI, rise of disruptive business models, innovation initiatives, creating new values. Anyway, the entire business landscapes are changing with the fast pace and growth of technology and innovation. So, after this 2 hours of very enriching discussion, the message is very clear. Organizations and businesses need the capacity to change and adapt as quickly as possible.
Ayun, napakaganda rin. Ako, simple lang ang aking takeaway for our discussion today. And I'd like to pick it up from kay Rico. Kasi medyo natutuwa ako dun sa sinasabi niya. You always catches my attention. And my key takeaway is this. Whatever happens, love will see us through. O, diba? If you love what you do, you will see the different things that needs to be improved on. And finding the right partner to collaborate in you creating the desired output that you want will really make it happen. So, diba, love will see it through. You never give up. People like Pangke and people like Rico are the very people that we need in this day and age. People who love what they do and will find ways to continue doing that and, growing it and expanding it in such a way that it fits the perfect timing at demand ng panahon. Tama po ba? Wow, napakaganda ng ating discussion and I really love it. It's so light and it's so heavy at the same time. So, mag-extra na tayo. Let's go, Nino.
Okay, for my extra, thank you very much, Arlene, Nikki, Dean Rico, and of course, the Sultan of Tech, Pangke, for accommodating our request for you guys to join us this afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you very much to all the viewers. I look forward to another segment and then share with you all my thoughts about IT.
Of course. Thank you, Pangke. Thank you, Sir Rico. Biglang naging Sir Rico. Thank you, Rico. I know, Dean, that you are a busy guy and even Pangke, but you made time to be with us today. And it's so heartwarming to know that there are people like you who would support not only the economy, but the people moving the economy. So, Nino, things happen.
Oh, sorry, I know. Nawala na ako sa sorry. Nako, sorry. Ngayon na ako ngayon pa ako nag-falter. Sabi ko sa'yo, malabo nga ang ko. So yeah, things happen on the tipping point. But parties will have a deciding moment on who to partner with.
Partnerships will always bring new dimensions to our businesses, preparing organization for the next level.
And business challenges will be met easily with success if I, if you, if we, so all together now, embrace being two for the road.
Two for the road.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Pangke. Thank you, Rico. Yeah. We're gonna
Hey!
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a good weekend.
The program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the Global Business and Transformation Mentor Rolly Pagaspas and Global Logistics Leader Arlene Padua-Martinez as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Philippine Time. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Walang kasing saya ang Paskong Pinoy. Dumaan man ang problema at pandemya, kayang-kayang lampasan basta't nagdadamayan at nagmamahalan.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang Pasko dito sa V81 Radio Worldwide.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino. Basta all hits, all Pinoy, panalo. Merong kwentong iyakan at tawanan. Kahit nasaan ka man, ito'y